Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
We appreciate the kids, and we always try to do what's best for them.
Right now on HHS In Depth, with the rising numbers of positive COVID-19 cases sweeping across the state, the Sac School Board revisited their original back-to-school plan this past Tuesday. You'll find out what the result of the meeting was.
Plus, with student sections back once again after losing a full year, find out about the brand new Student Section Leadership Group, dedicated to making each game's crowds even more exciting. Those stories and more straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jacob Bashford.
And I'm Caleb Wood, and Jacob, it was certainly a fast 4-day week.
It sure was. It was nice to get some extra sleep last weekend, too.
With COVID-19 numbers soaring statewide, Governor Holcomb's office released a proposal last week which enticed schools to bring back the mask mandates. So this past Tuesday, the Southwest Allen County Schools Board meeting took place to re-examine the back-to-school plan from July. Reporter Yoonji Che was in attendance and brings us a recap of how the vote went.
On Tuesday night at the school board meeting, many gathered to hear the board's decision on amending the return to classroom plan that was implemented for the 2021 to 2022 school year.
The decision is still mask optional for students. The students are allowed to choose whether or not they're wearing a mask. The difference is in the quarantining. If both students, the person who tests positive for COVID, as well as the person who was contact traced as being close to them, if both students were wearing a mask, then the contact trace students does not have to quarantine. So this gives students another reason to wear masks, and we recommend the students wear masks.
The decision made by the board was not an easy one to make, as many factors had to be considered.
It was a difficult decision, and we appreciate the kids, and we always try to do what's best for them. And if you want to protect yourself, I suggest that you wear an N95 mask to school. Those have much better protective qualities than the standard cloth mask that students wear.
If you are interested in going to the next school board meeting, check the SAC's homepage before the meeting for that week's agenda. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I am Yoonji Che.
Believe it or not, but next week is already homecoming week here at Homestead. And to tell you more about the daily wardrobe themes as well as this year's homecoming court, here's Jenna Lane.
Homecoming week is quickly approaching, and it is time to announce this year's homecoming court. Your nominations for king are Jaden Albahaka, Brant Irvin, Kyle Koob, Andrew Leeper, Jacob Scavo, and Grady Swing. Your nominations for queen are Aquia Addo, Mikkel Alston, Ashley Carr, Leah Fry, Tess Herendine, and Nora Zarilli. And now for your homecoming week daily themes. Monday, you should show up in your favorite monochrome attire. Tuesday, grab all of your friends and dress up for squad day. Get ready for Western Day on Wednesday, and Thursday, you can bring out all of your vintage clothes. The theme for Friday, as well as at the game, will be Red for Riley, wearing red for the kids. Bring your change to support all of the kids at Riley and pediatric cancer awareness. Congratulations to our 2021 nominees, and seniors, make sure to vote for King and Queen next week. The winners will be crowned at the game on Friday night. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Jenna Lane.
If you are considering going to the football game at Bishop Dwenger later this evening, you might want to take a hoodie or a jacket as temperatures keep getting colder as the month of September continues on. I'll be back with a check of the weekend forecast soon after the break.
You're watching HHS In Depth with Jacob Bashford and Caleb Wood.
Welcome back to HHS In Depth. Students, if you pre-ordered a student section t-shirt at registration day, they are in and can be picked up in Mr. Schenkel's room 600B, before and after each school day. You can also buy a student section t-shirt for $10 each while they last.
The land of the rising sun awaits your arrival. If you are interested in more information about the June of 2023 trip to Japan, there will be a Zoom meeting on Tuesday, September 14th at 6 p.m. Please scan the QR code or on the posters around the school to sign up, or see Mrs. B in room 208 for more information.
Here's a look at a few of the clubs meeting over the next week. Euchre Club is back. The first meeting of Euchre Club will be today after school in room 212. New and experienced players are welcome. The Basket Weaving Club call-out meeting will take place Monday, September 13th from 2:45 to 3:15 in room 204, Mrs. Lamont's room. Get out to the Environmental Club's next meeting on Monday in Mrs. Merkling's room 206. It is not too late to join them if you've never been to a meeting before.
More clubs meeting next week. Chess Club will meet on Monday in room 608, Senora Holmes' room. Come for the snacks, stay for the fun. The Catan Club will meet again next Wednesday after school in room 932. The ASL Club meets every Thursday at 2:45 in room 312 until 3:30. Everyone is welcome to attend. And join Homestead's Math and Logic Club. They'll play games, solve puzzles, and discuss the wonderful world of mathematics every Thursday in Mrs. Brown's room 931.
The robotics team will have its next meeting on Monday, September 13th after school until 4:30. You can find the fun in room 942.
There is still time to sign up for Chicken Nugget Club. Get out to room 208 for more information. If you've already signed up, please bring your $35 dues to room 208 today. Their first meeting will be next Friday, September 17th, right after school.
Now that full crowds are allowed back at sporting events here at Homestead, that means once again our student sections have the capability of being at full capacity, something not seen all of last year. During the first few weeks of school this year, students had a chance to apply to be in the newly formed Student Leadership Committee. And to learn more about that group of students, here's reporter Joel McChesney.
The start of a new high school football season brings back the high-energy student section, and with the addition of a student-led leadership group, many students may be wondering, what is this leadership group and how can I get involved?
So we've noticed, the administration has noticed, and we've had students make comments to us that really the student section has been waning or shrinking in the years recently, and we felt like we wanted to involve students and we wanted to involve different groups of students to try to get input on how we could get the student section back to what it used to be, which is what we want.
I chose to apply to become a student section leader because I want to make the school a better place, and I just feel like we really need to bring all of Homestead to the games.
I thought that with the big crowds we have and all the students that go to the games, they need a good group of people to kind of lead them and get the crowd going to help the team out.
Mr. Clark says that over time, this new development will grow into a leadership activity that may involve many different things to help students grow their leadership skills.
So there's a lot of things that are still developing, but eventually we hope to offer actual leadership opportunities, maybe going to some conferences with Mr. Updegrove, and to help those people who want to be a part of this group and who were selected to be a part of this group grow in their own leadership abilities.
You get to meet a lot of people. I'd say really just kind of having that energy to help out a sports team or a school function can kind of make you some friends and then really in the long run get you interested in some sports.
If you're ever heading out to support the Spartans, make sure to always be respectful and represent Homestead in a positive way. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Joel McChesney. Caleb, Jacob, back to you.
Turning to weather now, another big football game tonight on the road at Bishop Dwenger. But how's the weather looking out there tonight?
Logan Barnhart joins us now to tell us that answer.
Thanks, Jacob and Caleb. The weather for tonight's game at Bishop Dwenger will be great. It's definitely going to be an exciting game. Expect mostly sunny skies and a temperature of 69 degrees at kickoff and falling down into 60 degrees by the end of the game. Moving on to the weekend, we will see a high of 82 degrees on Saturday and 87 degrees with partly cloudy skies on Sunday. Looks like we'll be having a nice weekend, so be sure to get outside and enjoy the nice weather that we'll have this weekend. I'll be back later with an outlook on the weather for next week.
All right, thank you, Logan.
Next in sports, we'll take a look back at this past week from our fall sports teams. Anthony Gary is in next to break the week down in the Locker Report, including an interview with a Homestead student who recently won a gold medal. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Locker Report. I'm Anthony Gary. Spartan sports were hitting the field for a week, starting with the Homestead Bishop Luers football game. Sports reporter Caleb Wood brings you a recap of the game.
Lots of action around the SAC last Friday, and that would bring number 1 ranked Bishop Luers in Class 2A against the number 4 Spartans in 6A. The Knights would get on the board first, but Spartans would respond. At the 1-yard line, Desmond Smith gets across the goal line to tie it up, but Luers would lead at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Spartans would tie it up again. Slavin handoff to Smith. He gets right out past the Luers defense and takes it all the way to the house. He would get 115 yards and 3 touchdowns before getting taken out for an injury. However, Luers would pull ahead to lead 35-21 going into halftime. Second half, Spartans are looking to close the gap, and it's Brett Fox. He gets to the outside and gets a touchdown from 16 yards out. Gaining some momentum, Brett Fox again sneaks his way to the goal line. It's now a 3-point game. Then, Slavin keeps the ball and runs it into the end zone, putting the Spartans on top in the fourth. But a turnover would result in Bishop Luers taking the lead with the clock winding down. Bishop Luers would win this one 45-42 over the Spartans.
Looking around other Homestead athletics, the boys and girls cross country teams competed last Saturday at the Marion Invitational. On the boys' side, Ethan Bates finished 4th with a PR of 15:56, and Chase Molden finished 17th with a PR of 16:38. The boys' team finished in 5th out of 15 teams. The girls' cross-country team, led by sophomore Addison Canablo, finished 6th. Addison finished 4th in a time of 18:07, just 11 seconds off her previous school record. Lauren Saddington finished in 23rd with a time of 19:22. The girls' team finished in 6th. Next up, the volleyball team lost Tuesday 3-1 against Belmont. Ellie Spang had 4 aces, Haley Biedenbach had 26 assists, Hannah Brown had 4 blocks, Olivia Cron had 12 digs, and Kendall Fry had 10 kills. The girls compete next Tuesday at Huntington North. The boys soccer team lost both games at the Carroll Classic tournament last Saturday. They lost 3-1 to Warsaw and 4-1 to Carroll. The boys are in action again this Saturday at Cathedral High School. The boys tennis team competed twice over the past week. Last Saturday, the team placed 3rd out of 8 teams at the Carroll Invite. The boys took care of both Cathedral and Mississinawa 3-2, but lost 5-0 to number 2 ranked Hamilton Southeastern. On Wednesday, the boys defeated Warsaw 4-1. The boys compete at home in the Homestead Invite tomorrow. And on Wednesday, I got the opportunity to sit down with Homestead's own Ayanna Patterson, who just got done winning the gold in the FIBA U18 3v3 Basketball World Cup.
Ayanna Patterson, one of Homestead's greatest basketball players to ever come through the program, competed in the FIBA U18 3v3 Basketball World Cup, representing the USA. It's not open to everyone, as Ayanna was one of only 4 girls on the roster.
I played previous years my freshman year, and they just said, hey, do you want to come play with us? And I was kind of excited. I didn't have a tryout or anything, but they just made sure they called everyone. But it feels great to be out there in another country. We didn't know each other at first, but we came together as a family.
The pinnacle of the tournament came in the championship game when the United States led Spain 19-14. Michaela Williams, the 6-foot guard out of Louisiana, took the quick jumper to win the title.
Oh, I was excited. I was shocked that number one, she took it from far back, and it was like, wait, hold on, we just won the gold medal. So it was kind of exciting, kind of crazy. So it was kind of the moment that everyone lives for.
After winning for the national team, it's hard not to think about what the future holds for Ayanna and the rest of the team.
That was one of my best experiences, and just being able to do it again, that's all I could ask for.
The tournament may have only lasted a week, but the success and memories will last a lifetime. For HHS In Depth, I'm Anthony Gary.
And finally, the football team travels on the road to Shields Field to take on Bishop Dwenger. The last few matchups with the Saints have been thrillers, so be sure to go out and support the team tonight. You won't want to miss it. For the Locker Report, I'm Anthony Gary. Logan will have a final check of the weather when we come back.
Next week on HHS In Depth, reporter Cora Shaw shows you some of the people behind the Art This Way program. Learn about what goes into the murals you see downtown on next week's episode.
The weather for this weekend is expected to be hotter than last weekend, with temperatures reaching into the 80s. This coming week, we'll see relatively similar temperatures, with a high on Monday and Tuesday reaching all the way to 86, and Wednesday cooling down at 80, and Thursday cooling back into the 70s at 76. There is a possibility of isolated thunderstorms on Tuesday, with PM showers possibly happening on Wednesday. Other than that, most of the week will have partly cloudy skies. Looks like it's getting a bit crazy as we're getting through the month of September. Jacob and Caleb, back to you.
All right, thank you, Logan, and thank you for watching today.
Good luck to the football team as they travel to Bishop Dwenger tonight. Have a great weekend, and we will see you back here next week.